Welcome to the inaugural episode of Financial Freedom 101, brought to you by Wolfpack Consulting. I'm Robert, the host of the show, and I'm joined today by my lovely wife and co-host, Winnie.
Hi, everyone. This is Winnie here.
We're super excited to be starting yet another podcast series aimed at helping our listeners, students, and clients become financially free. We'll be launching a new podcast every fortnight discussing topics ranging from financial literacy to mindset development to updates on the UK property market and everything in between. Our inaugural episode, however, is all about introducing ourselves and explaining what exactly Wolfpack Consulting is all about. Our main goal at Wolfpack Consulting is to help people like you, the listener, become financially free by providing you with the tools needed to achieve your goals. Whether it's gaining an understanding of basic financial literacy, or understanding how to take a hobby and turn it into a business, or even better yet, helping you change your mindset and build a better relationship with money, we got you covered. We have managed to start 3 successful businesses over the last couple of years. And while we may not be financially free yet, these businesses have allowed us to quit our 9-to-5 jobs and focus on what we want to do. Wouldn't you like to be your own boss and decide when to work and when not to work? Wouldn't you like to be able to take vacations whenever you want and not have to worry about clocking in, making that paycheck? Well, we can, and we can show you how to do it. The main thing to remember is this isn't a sprint, but it's a marathon. There's this old saying that things that come easy do not last, while things that last do not come easy. And that's exactly what it is for financial freedom. It's something that you have to put effort into, you have to work at it. But when you get there, it's great. You can do whatever you want at that point. So, Winnie, why don't you tell our listeners about yourself and what role you play with Wolfpack Consulting?
So for me is I'm all about having freedom in my life and not be married to my 9-to-5 job. I'm obviously married to Rob, who's sitting next to me right now. But I quit my 9-to-5 job back in 2015, 2016, because I was actually building my business since 2013, and it just grew and expanded over the years, which I'm really, really grateful for. And I absolutely believe in, in that freedom, that being your own boss and, designing the life that you want to live and really having the say to decide for yourself, whenever you want to work or if you don't want to work is all up to you. So right now, besides doing this business, which is actually online, I do a lot of work on the business online, but it's actually a wellness business. I've also expanded on doing marketing support and business planning for a property agent in Singapore. And we do a lot of that through social media marketing, content marketing, and content creation, and videography as well. And on top of that, right now for Wolfpack Consulting, I'm also a money mindset and business coach, and I especially focus on women entrepreneurs.
Thanks for that. I mean, like Winnie says, she touches and focuses on all of the mindset, that relationship building stuff through multimedia outlets and social media outlets. Me, on the other hand, I'm all about the analytical and compliance side of things. For me, my background is actually, I'm an infantry officer in the U.S. Marine Corps, so I'm all about planning, risk mitigation, and, looking ahead, creating those contingency plans of if something goes wrong, how can I fix it? On top of that, I have a degree in electrical engineering and a finance degree. So again, it's all about the numbers for me. I love doing the analytical compliance, the processes and procedures. Currently previously I've been working as a HR manager for a multinational company working in multiple locations overseas. So again, it's all about reviewing those policies and procedures and making sure things are compliant. That's what I like. I love that, the hands-on, the nitty gritty of the business. So, I mean, me and Winnie, we're polar opposites in that respect, but we make a great team and manage to have 3 businesses that actually are up and running, and again, has allowed us to leave our 9-to-5 jobs. Wolfpack Consulting, we actually created Wolfpack Consulting and formed that here in Singapore back in 2019. Primarily, it was it was supposed to be not really part of, but more of a associated with our UK property business. 2016, we actually opened up a UK property business, and are doing quite well in that right now. We have 2 houses of multiple occupancies where we're actually renting out rooms in the houses instead of the whole house. We have 1 buy to let and a couple which is a single family home we've let out to a single family or individual. And then we have a couple of angel investments and development projects there. And what Wolfpack Consulting was really formed to do, it was to actually help Singapore-based international property investors learn how to invest in the UK. But over the years, especially last year during COVID, our focus on this has completely changed. The Wolfpack Consulting was supposed to be an in-person training company where we brought people in, had meetup groups, brought in resident experts to talk about the UK property market. But as you know, COVID hit and we had to completely change our focus. So instead of focusing on that in-person meetups, we started focusing on online training, Zoom training, stuff like that, Facebook groups, not multimedia, but social media outlets. So now, instead of focusing primarily on property investment training, we do the whole gambit of things. As Wayne mentioned, we are doing business coaching, marketing and advertising support, social media support to build up businesses, build up a person's business, clients, and, sales base. We're also doing, financial literacy training online, as well as property investment training. A lot of the stuff that we do is, how you say it, it's made for you.
Done for you.
Done for you, services. So with sort of that in mind, Winnie, why don't you talk a little bit about the services that you particularly offer with and through Wolfpack Consulting?
So as you can tell and hear, now you're listening to it, we are polar opposites. Definitely Rob is, being Marine, he's more into the masculine stuff, like the strategies, the techniques, the best practices, and the planning and all the KPI. I'm more on the other spectrum. I always say that I'm more of the feminine side where, I work a lot about, people like, emotions, their mindset, their limiting beliefs, their personal development, their own mindfulness, their self-awareness, her self-consciousness. So as I mentioned that, I'm a money mindset and business coach, especially for women entrepreneurs. I've also got certified as a NLP, which stands for Neuro Linguistic Programming, coach. And it's actually, I'm also a master practitioner for that. So I really love working with people on their thought process, their emotions, and that mind-body alignment and awareness. So for me, my niche and my focus is offering coaching for, like I mentioned, mostly for women entrepreneurs to trust their brilliance, to trust themselves. I think as women, we tend to be very intuitive and, we tend to, we listen to our inner voice. We have our emotions that come up, to actually trust that, to believe in ourselves and not always feel like we have to have this imposter syndrome going on. And also coaching women to claim their worth. Sometimes we self-doubt and second-guessing ourselves. And also while doing that, trusting our brilliance, claiming their worth, it's also having fun along the process, having fun in their business. It's not just work, grind. You gotta enjoy the process so you prevent yourself from burning out and hating what you're doing. So that you can truly be aligned and be authentic, not only in your business, but also in your life. So the areas that I coach on is, number one, money mindset mastery. I like to talk a lot about money mindset because one of the things I learned very early on is how you do money is how you do everything in life, which is so true. There's no way you can compartmentalize various aspects of your life. It all flows together. The next thing I coach on, the second thing I coach on is to brand. Brands are so important in business because the marketplace is so crowded. It's so important for us to brand authentically, and all of us are so unique in our own ways. And when I do coaching, it's really to help other people to see their own unique ways and to claim it, to embrace it. So when I do branding with archetypes, which is kind of a little of a profiling. I wouldn't call it profiling. It's a resource, a tool that you use to understand yourself better. The next thing after branding, obviously, is to discover and be embracing your niche. All of us may feel like we don't have any special strengths, but after realizing your uniqueness, you gotta learn to, know your niche, your specialty. You're a specialist and an expert in your own ways. Okay. The next part I coach on is to charge. Okay. A lot of times women entrepreneurs, especially, we have a hard time talking about, charging people certain price and asking for money. So the part that I coach on is to charge what they're worth in order to package and price their expertise, something that is genuine, that flows, and is aligned for them. And don't be shy. Don't be feeling guilty for asking for money in exchange for your time and expertise. So right now, I obviously, Rob talks about me being in social media and doing marketing and content creation. You can find, me in my Facebook group, which I'm pretty active. I go live in that group pretty much every day, giving out free value-added coaching. Right now, I talk a lot about money mindset. So you can find me in the East Meets West Boss Bates community. I'll actually drop the link in the write-up. I'm also on TikTok. Because here I am talking about branding. I just, want to show you my life and having fun, being myself on, on TikTok. So check it out if you have some time. And, obviously I'm also on Instagram and Facebook. So just to kind of give you guys a heads up, I do have, something coming up in the next couple of months. I wouldn't share too much details right now because it will be a very long story and a very long podcast, but stay tuned as I share more details in the future.
Thanks for all of that. As Wayne said, she does a lot of stuff. Me personally, right now, I am supporting one client with HR, policy, business support, consultancy services. But in addition to that, I'm actually leading the Wolfpack Academy. It's our online training academy that has video training for financial literacy. We'll have some upcoming training posted for basic financial investment training, and of course, the area that I'm most passionate about, the UK property. We actually are putting together and have a 13 module UK property training academy that we're hoping to launch soon, that goes into all things UK property, from how to start to how to buy your first property to understanding the rules and regulations around the properties. Now, in addition to that, I am supporting Winnie on her consultancy, on her business coaching, with her business coaching clients, looking at ways that, they could be more financially efficient, how they can, be more efficient in the processes that they use. So I help her and her clients look at, that sort of stuff. I am a green belt in Lean Six Sigma, so I understand how to do process changing. I understand how to do process improvement. So I help and look at all of that. We do a lot with Wolfpack Consulting, but it's fun. And it keeps us busy. But most importantly, it keeps us from having to worry about that 9-to-5 job. It keeps having that residual income coming in and for us to work when we want to. So that's the best part about everything we do. And we definitely want to teach you and our listeners how to achieve that lifestyle, how to become financially free yourselves. So we hope that you stay tuned to our future podcasts and learn from us. And as well as visit our Facebook groups, which we actually have 2 Facebook groups, the one Winnie mentioned. And for those of you who like property investing, we also have a property investing group, International Property Investors Singapore. So we'll post both links into the show notes so you guys can come and join us and see what we're all about in those social media outlets. Other than that, I think we're just about ready to wrap up this inaugural episode of our Financial Freedom 101 podcast. Winnie, do you have any last words to say to our listeners?
No, just have fun doing whatever you're doing. And right now with COVID, it's the best time to pivot into doing something that you love and the money will just flow right in.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's all about, when COVID struck, so many companies had to pivot. Those that didn't know how to pivot are now closed. We're here to help you see those roadblocks coming and learn how to overcome those roadblocks. So, if you're one of those people that want to become financially free, if you're an entrepreneur that wants to understand how to get your business up and running and just want to become financially literate, this is a podcast for you to listen to. So, please don't forget to, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast when you get a chance. Thanks again for listening. Join us in 2 weeks for our next episode and have a great week ahead.
Bye-bye.
Bye.